Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first of two public hearings for the 2021 Annual Action Plan. I'm Max from Community Development, Town of Babylon, and I'm just going to read a public notice, and then we have a quick presentation about what this is all about, and then we have a comment period, which is ongoing after this event too. But if you want to make a verbal comment today, that's fine. So I'm going to, bear with us, this is all a little weird. I'm going to share my screen for the thing. Now, hopefully you're not looking at me anymore, I think. So I'm going to just first read this public notice. It's a notice of public hearing, development of fiscal year 2021 annual action plan, and availability of funding applications. Please take notice that the Town of Babylon will hold a virtual public hearing on November 17th, 2020 at 10 a.m. to discuss development of the fiscal year 2021 annual action plan and to make available funding applications. The link to the public hearing will be on the homepage of the Town of Babylon website at www.townofbabylon.com. If you wish to speak at the public hearing, visit townofbabylon.com and click on the How Do I link, and then participate in a public hearing to sign up. The virtual public hearing has been scheduled to gather citizen input on development of this plan for Federal Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, and Home Investment Partnership Grant, or HOME. In addition, fiscal year 2020 performance under these programs will be discussed. The hearing will be coordinated by the Town of Babylon's Department of Community Development. The town is interested in having citizen input during the planning process. During the virtual public hearing, participants are urged to document their comments to the best of their ability and to provide a copy of their comments in writing. All individuals interested in submitting comments should email their comments to cdpinfo@townofbabylon.com or mail them to Town of Babylon, Department of Community Development at 200 East Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, New York, 11757. Attention, Victoria Murata, Director. Special accommodations. If you require special accommodations or an interpreter, please contact the Department of Community Development at 631-957-4465, at least 1 week prior to the hearing. Availability of fiscal year 2021 applications for construction-related and public service projects. For all interested agencies or organizations, applications for construction related projects and public service applications are available for fiscal year 2021 funding period and must be returned by Wednesday, December 30th, 2020. Applications can be found at the Town of Babylon website, www.townofbabylon.com, can be emailed, so send requests to cdpinfo@townofbabylon.com, or can be picked up at the east side of Babylon Town Hall, 200 East Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, New York, 11757, starting October 16th, 2020. Completed applications are to be submitted to the above cited address. All right, so we're going to start with the presentation now. Just take a sip of water. So before we hear from you, we're just going to give an overview of what we're talking about here with regards to the kinds of things that these funds can be used for and what indicates what these funds are used for. I'm trying to change the slide. Okay. So a good starting point is to talk about the consolidated plan. So the CON plan is the town's 5-year plan to identify the town's community development needs and to determine priorities for how the federal funding will be spent. It also serves as an application for federal funding grant programs. For our purposes, the programs are Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG, and the Home Investment Partnership Program, or HOME. Central to the plan is a detailed mission of how the town plans to use these funds to serve the needs of low to moderate income families within its jurisdiction. Quantifiable goals and objectives to fulfill this mission must be included in this document. The town receives about 1.4 million in CDBG and HOME funds from HUD every year. So sometimes a bit lower, sometimes higher. We have 2 public hearings and this is the first one, prior to finalizing and submitting the annual action plan to HUD to gather community input. So this one's to gather input. The second one will be, well, we're presenting the plan, and it'll be available for consumption, and then you can comment on the draft of the plan, and then we'll incorporate those comments, and then we submit to HUD. So first, well, I'll talk about the CDBG funding right now. There's some differences between these funds. So the CDBG, so there are some primary objectives of the CDBG program. The funding has to be used mostly for low to moderate, or principally for low to moderate income persons, by providing decent housing, suitable living environments, expanding economic opportunities, or meeting an urgent need. So some of the eligible activities under CDBG are housing and other real property activities. So acquisition of housing, public facility improvements, infrastructure improvements, economic development activities such as building facades. So CDBG funds can also go towards public services like employment training, housing counseling, crime prevention, childcare assistance, health and education assistance, welfare services, services for seniors, food banks or soup kitchens, and some other things. Public facility needs that CDBG funds can cover include infrastructure projects such as street or sidewalks, water or sewer improvements, neighborhood facilities, senior centers, parks, playgrounds, etc. Additionally, funds can be spent on special needs populations such as homeless shelters or group homes. So to sum up, CDBG funding can be used to provide a number of different services, and specifically to service the most vulnerable communities or parts of the community. And just to give you an idea, usually the town gets about $1 million per year in CDBG funding. And villages also receive a % of our funding for improvement to senior centers, handicapped accessible improvements, and work in low to moderate income areas. Home funding. So the other program that HUD funds for the town, as we mentioned, is the home program, which is primarily geared towards developing affordable housing. Eligible activities are homeowner rehab or reconstruction, home buyer activities such as down payment assistance, new construction, acquisition of affordable housing, and rehabilitation of affordable housing. And then also rental housing, which includes acquisition, rehab, or construction. And usually we get about $400,000 a year for home. So yeah, within home, there's the down payment assistance program, the affordable housing program, and there are community housing development organizations, or CHODOs, which receive a set aside amount, at least 15% of funding for construction of housing for affordable rental or sale. And here are just some examples of before and after shots of land that was developed using CHODO funds. Big difference, right? So eligible organizations, nonprofit organizations that can deliver services to low and moderate income clients within the town of Babylon may apply for CDBG funding through the town of Babylon's Department of Community Development. All nonprofit organizations must have an IRS granted nonprofit status at the time of application to receive funding through the town of Babylon. So we're here today gathering information for the community so we can develop priorities for the funds. Organizations applying for HUD funding through the town of Babylon Department of Community Development must complete the application fully and including all applicable documentation. And applications are due December 30th and will be available on the Town of Babylon website. And I'm also happy to email them out if anyone wants to contact cdpinfo@townofbabylon.com, or if you know my own email address. And so that's the presentation. But just before we move to the comment period, I'd just like to quickly address, there's a lot of misinformation the last week or so that was circulating regarding a low-income housing development in Babylon Village. And just say that there is no low-income housing development in Babylon Village. HUD HUD funds that go to Babylon Village will be used for handicap accessibility. So curb cuts that allow the gradation of sidewalks and handicap ramps and handicap accessible bathrooms at public facilities are examples of how the town, how the Babylon Village funds can be used. So, okay, so now we're gonna do, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen, and now we're gonna do a comment period, and I see there's a sequence, and number one is Lori Farber. So, so I think we unmute you, Lori.
Yeah, Max, I'm going to let her in a second. So just,
okay. All right, sounds good. So bear with it. This will all take. There will be a few seconds of awkwardness, and you'll have to stare at me as we unmute and mute and get you pulled up on the screen.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, that is. Hey, how's it going?
Okay.
Good to see you.
Yep. I was
All right, so
wondering.
I'm gonna shut up. And...
Yeah, I didn't see any controls on the bottom. Like, I can't do that. So, okay, so they had to rejoin us is what it looked like.
Okay, yeah, I think because it's a webinar, we like moved you from attendee to panelist, and then we'll move you back.
Got it. Okay. All right. So anyway, we are always very appreciative of the funding through this program. This year has been quite different because of COVID. We are, for the first time, I've trained Earth Rangers in Wyandanch for 17 years. This would have been the 18th year, but because of the situation with schools and COVID, we are unable to train a new group of kids. We are trying to continue to work with the Earth Rangers we have, mostly virtually, although in the summer we were trying to meet out at the park. And we're actually being able right now to move forward on some of the kids' projects. We had our middle school Earth Rangers working on a Refill Wyandanch campaign to get more people to use refillable water bottles. Our most recent Earth Rangers from last year's group of trainees, small group, but on the other hand, they seem to have had a very big impact in Wyandanch. We have banners up that say, "Love Wyandanch, keep it clean and green." They have made some requests of the town, like they're going to happen. Additional trash cans. Some of the posters they designed come spring will be up in Wyandanch as permanent signs. So even a small group can really make a big difference. I think this year, rather than training new kids this school year, we'll be really focusing on moving forward on some of the projects and making a much bigger impact here in Wyandanch. And that's going to be pretty amazing. The kids at the elementary school have a surprise coming sometime in the next few weeks. So I'm not going to say it here because I don't know who's on this, but it's part of our Refill Wyandanch campaign. Now that our school buildings, all of our school buildings have water refill stations, which we're very excited about. And I know they were put in partly because it's a no contact way of getting water rather than using the water fountain part. But we've been excited about it mainly because it's also a way to use refillable bottles. So we are looking to move forward on those projects and continuing to have a bigger impact in our community than you would expect a handful of kids to have, which is really, really cool. And the picture partially behind me there is last year in the Carls River water, beautiful in the fall. So nice. Thank you so much.
Sure, thank you very much for your comment.
One more thing quickly, I'm sorry. We're sure. Also looking forward to, we started a garden at the elementary school. It was just built with grant money this fall. So we'll be working with that this year. And we're hoping that maybe we'll be able to this summer hold our summer garden program at the middle school with a small group of kids. So that's the other piece that we'll be focusing on.
Cool, thank you. So next we're going to have Mr. Ian Wilder. You're muted. I don't know. Do we do that?
There we go.
There we go. Hi, Ian. Good morning. We can hear you. Yes.
Good morning. It's good to see you. It's good to see Lori. It's the only way I see people these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to thank Babylon for its continuing support of Long Island Housing Services. I am the executive director here. I can tell you that just in our landlord tenant counseling program, we have like triple the numbers we had last year already, and that's with moratoriums. We fear what January is going to look like, because that's also going to be, since we have a foreclosure prevention program, huge. But we are doing the best we can to get to everybody and help everybody. And Babylon support helps us do that. So thank you. Just a couple of notes. As you're probably aware, the incoming Biden administration is going to reinstate the affirmatively furthering fair housing regulations as soon as legally possible, which means that the town, in terms of their reporting for CDBG funds, are going to be under those regulations at some point. So it'll probably be good to take a look back at them. I hadn't heard the rumors about Babylon Village having affordable housing, though I'm disappointed to hear it's not true. As you know, the town, regardless of the regulations under the 1968 law, has responsibility to use the CDBG funds and all the other HUD funds to affirmatively further fair housing, and that includes helping to build affordable housing in high opportunity zones like Babylon Village. So I hope that at some point in the future, we will hear good news that it actually is happening. Thank you again for your time and your support, Max. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you, Ian.
Take care.
And next we have Suzanne Dvorak. I think, Suzanne, you might be calling in, so you might have to hit something on your phone to unmute yourself.
I believe it's *6.
*6, there we go. And we're definitely not muting her, right?
That's correct.
Well, so it looks like there's some problems with getting Suzanne unmuted. So just to let everyone, anyone who's watching on YouTube right now or at a later date know, you can submit a comment for how you think these funds should be spent for the next couple months. It's kind of on an ongoing basis, and we'll incorporate those comments into our 2021 annual action plan. Oh, she's here. Okay.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
We can hear you.
Oh,
Suzanne?
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes,
So-
I'm so
so I'll-
sorry.
Yeah.
Just give me one moment, please, so I can get my computer up and running here. I had a problem here unmuting.
Oh, okay. You sound fine though now. If you want to give your comment now.
Yes, I will. Give me 1 second, please.
No problem.
Perhaps you can let the next person go and then I can come back on?
You're it.
I'm the last one. Okay,
Yeah,
give me
you're-
one
you're-
moment, please.
You're 3 of 3. Yes.
Okay. Well, first, I'd like to thank you all very much. I'm back in business here. Thank you. I'd certainly want to. Unfortunately, I could not see anyone today, but I am very grateful to have an opportunity to attend this meeting virtually. We certainly always want to begin by thanking the Department of Community Development for your ongoing support in funding our home share program through monetary grants. Your generosity has enabled our program to provide safe and affordable housing as well as other resources to adults with low to moderate incomes. As our country endured the devastating effects of the global pandemic, Family Service League has continued its mission of aiding the most vulnerable within our communities through its various programs. We're very, very proud of the work we've been able to do during this very, very difficult time. Whether working from home, virtual, or in-person meetings that follow strict COVID prevention guidelines, we stayed the course to serve our neighbors. For those of you that are attending and may not know too much about home share, I'll just mention briefly that we have been operating since 2005, and home share program has met the challenge to address urgent housing needs of Suffolk County's senior citizens, as well as those in need of rental housing. The program has proven to be a viable solution in growing suburban areas where housing is a major crisis for both younger and older residents. Many are faced with either losing their independence because of old age or are unable to achieve economic self-sufficiency because they're not able to find affordable housing. The home share model is mutually beneficial to both homeowners and home seekers by utilizing the existing housing stock and sharing a single family home. Seniors can preserve their homes and maintain their independence by aging in their own houses. For many, having another person in the home provides a sense of comfort, particularly if they are in need of companion assistance. The program facilitates persons of all ages to obtain safe and affordable housing at below market rates or even lower if the homeowner needs additional assistance. In many cases, the program serves as a bridge to those senior tenants registered on long waiting lists for permanent to low-income housing. We do receive a high call volume throughout Suffolk County, and time is spent with each caller to determine if the home share program can meet their housing needs. Additional referrals within Family Service League or other outside agencies are made based on the concerns expressed by the caller. We are diligent in our policy of providing proper vetting for all candidates, and for the safety of all concerned, both parties are subject through a background search before a match can be finalized. We have a protocol in place for both homeowners and seekers to move them forward towards an appropriate match, even during this COVID period, always recognizing and being very cognitive of COVID guidelines. In closing, I'd like to again extend our very deep gratitude to the town of Babylon for your sustained support. We respectfully request that you approve us for additional funding from the Community Development Block Grant, allowing us to continue our mission to help Babylon residents secure safe and affordable housing while meeting the growing needs of seniors to age in their homes. I know this is a hard time for everybody to, gather all this information virtually, but I would like to, and of course it'll be in my comments that I will send on, but my phone number is 631-650-1461. That's my direct phone number at Family Service League. And I would be very happy to explain the program even further or in any way I might be able to assist. Thank you, Max. I look forward to better days for everyone, wishing you all good health, and see you all soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that's all the comments we have for today. Just again, if you have any comment, let us know. The best way is through email. So cdpinfo@townofbabylon.com, because we're half-staffed, so our phone numbers are, and we just moved buildings too, so we're a little bit in flux. But thank you all very much for attending the hearing today, and I think that's going to do it.